Yes, 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 yes. Well, you are now tuned into the Promise Key. I am your host, Kushite Selassie, and welcome back. Welcome back. We are back here at Shogun Inc. Studios. Yes, yes, yes. Home of the Promise Key. Please, for all those who don't know, please go support the Shogun Inc. channel. The Shogun Inc. is basically the production and umbrella organization for the Kushite Selassie YouTube channel, the Promise Key, Black Chat, and for also the God Beetle 95 or 92 if you're on YouTube. 95 is on if you're on Twitch gaming channel. Basically, why I be on there and everything. When I be on there and just be on there blowing off steam, playing games and whatnot. Please go support the God Beetle channel. For those for those who knew me from back from my freeform videos, that'll be my MX Shogun 92 channel, which has now been renamed as the God Beetle. Please go support the gaming channel. I try to upload every Wednesday. Y'all can sit there and watch me play. Watch me blow a steam, listen to what we talking about. And if you're a Monster Hunters fan, please help me on some quests. Really. I need items. But for the topic at hand today, matter of fact, I'm gonna start something new before I get on topic. I know a lot of the ones were looking forward to the show yesterday. Yesterday's show was touching on some things that were said on Soneta's platform. This is why we named me and the brother and my big brother Negus. He brought to my attention the discussion Soneta was having with the elders, brother Reggie and everybody. And really, oh, let me smoke this blunt because I don't want to get too deep into the conversation because I know one's looking forward to that show, and I don't want to seem like I'm undercutting Negus. You know what I'm saying? Because this is his show. This is his episode. This is just a pre-show to get everybody in touch with what I'm talking about. If you go look on Soneta's platform, I'll make sure later on in and for those who watch the show later, I'll make sure to leave a description in there. But if you've been paying attention to my Facebook for the last couple of weeks, you know, well, not couple of weeks, last week, you know exactly what's been going on right now. I'm telling you, the perception of Rastafari within the conscious and black community as in general. I honestly don't know how to start this off. I had so much shit I want to talk about, so much shit I was incensed about. But in actuality, a lot of this shit is our fault. For those who haven't seen the video, there was some things said by that were kind of iffy. I didn't get to see all the video. I got about halfway through, and there were just some things I just didn't. I didn't really. I don't think I understand. I'm giving them a bit of a doubt, saying I don't grasp what they're saying, because what they're saying is it seems at one point, if you start at the 11-minute mark, they start saying certain things. Now I'm not a bandwagon. I'm not one of those people who on that bandwagon that says Selassie can't do no wrong and Selassie is unjudgeable. I'm not one of those rosters. But when they said that Selassie had no, when Reggie called us converts, well, when I look at the video now, it seems more like he was more talking about the Jamaicans because he said, and I quote, "No Jamaican has any connection to Haile Selassie." But I still take it as he's speaking to us Rastafarians as a whole. We have no connection to Ethiopia. Wasn't that the same argument the Hebrews were giving y'all about how y'all had no connection to Kemet? But like I said, I'm not here to argue. What I'd like to do, the discussion that's going to happen Wednesday, the show's been moved to Wednesday. The discussion we're going to have Wednesday is basically to break down what they're talking about and clear up some shit, because there's a lot, because like always, there's a lot of misconceptions within Rastafari. That's not new. That shit is not new at all. Calling us converts makes it seem like we all Christians. Like we just converted to the Ethiopian version of Christianity and just put Selassie as Jesus. When I can't argue that a lot of Rastas haven't done that, but the things they say is like they're speaking to us as a whole. All right, let me quit beating around the bush. They're speaking to us as a whole. Things that the hangups that they're having with Rastafari are hangups that come from the biblical perspective of Rastafari. Now that doesn't apply to all of us. Not all of us are Christians. Not all of us believe Selassie is God. See what I'm saying? And just like Homeboy, if you watch the clip that I put up, when Homeboy was talking about his journey from Rastafari to Hebrew Israelites, then he ended up being with Kemetic teachers. He stopped at where a lot of us stop when we get sick of the whole Bible narrative. We stop once we realize we don't want anything to do with the Bible anymore. We just break off any connection. We break up everything that has a connection to it, and which at that time will include Rastafari. But when I got to the point that the Bible was no longer something I needed, my first incentive wasn't to leave Rastafari, because I'm pretty sure if he was on his, I'm not questioning. No, let me take a step back. I don't question one's journey, but I'm pretty sure he's heard at one point, the same as I have, heard at least one Rastafarian say or bring up the counter ideology of Selassie not being God. Anybody who reads the Promise Key would know that Selassie, that this thing was not meant to be a Bible thing. Leonard Howell couldn't push Rastafari, what would later become Rastafari. Leonard Howell couldn't push his thing on, he couldn't promote it on Garvey's platform because Garvey was a Christian. And this wasn't Christianity. Garvey didn't want anything to do with it because it wasn't Christianity. You was trying to make this man greater than not only the Queen of England, but greater than God. And that's where that's where the line is driven within the ideology of Rastafari. Because ones only know the biblical side of it, they only able to reach that height. And we're more than that. Once you throw away the Bible and start embracing what Rastafari, what is basically the version of Rastafari that literally brings people to Rastafari. Because in actuality, Rastafari is not about what Selassie said or what Selassie does. It was a movement created, it was an idea created around Selassie being crowned the Emperor of Ethiopia. You know what I'm saying? In 1930, they never seen anything like that before. And I'm pretty sure I done said this several times on the show. They've never seen anything like that in 1930. A black king. It gave them pride. It gave them a sense of worth. And with that sense of worth came a movement started by Leonard Howell. And he said Selassie is our Redeemer. But he never said anything about him being Christ. And if he did, I've never seen, at least I've never seen any of it. I can't say that it's been a long time since I've read the Promise Key. But I do remember some biblical references, but those were metaphors. You know what I'm saying? Because black people at the time, the only knowledge we had was the Bible. So a lot of elders back then had to break things down through the Bible. And to justify them saying Selassie, they had to use the biblical narrative. And a lot of Baptists took that to heart. When they came into Rastafari, a lot of Christians, Baptists, they took that to heart. And now we have a generation of Rastafarians who literally believe, just like the Christians believe, that Selassie going to just split, that Selassie just going to split scalpel one day and everything's going to be all right. This is the side of Rastafari that everybody, that ones and ones in the black community who move from Rastafari and go to other things. That's the narrative that they throw away, because it no longer means anything to them. The Bible doesn't mean anything to them. So anything else trying to make Selassie be a god, which in retrospect, I'm gonna be real, the God of the Bible isn't really worthy to be praised. Selassie is worthy to be praised. Now I'm not saying Selassie is perfect. Selassie done a lot of, there's some questionable things Selassie has done in his lifetime. However, he done what the best he could with the resources he had as an emperor. Running the country ain't easy. You can't make everybody happy, and when you piss one group off, trust me, those people and their descendants your name is gonna be shit in their mouths. You know what I'm saying? So when it gets I wasn't too surprised when I found out that a lot of Ethiopians didn't like Selassie. Hell, hell, you come over here, a lot of people didn't like, a lot of people didn't like who was I about to say? A lot of people, you get a lot of people who like Dr. Benz, but then you got some people from like different communities who don't like Dr. Ben. You got a lot of people who like Dick Gregory, but then a lot of people who don't like Dick Gregory. I mean, we got plenty of leaders. People who don't like Malcolm X, people who do like Malcolm X, people who like Farrakhan, who don't like Farrakhan, people who like Elijah Muhammad, who don't like Elijah Muhammad. We got that all over here. Why when this is presented? Why is this when it's presented to the Rastafari, when there's misconception, when there are two figures within Rastafari that disagree, it's a big deal. Or when they find out that the leader of the group, or the symbol of the group, or the leader or the symbol of the group isn't as great as as the hype is. It's like it takes away from the movement. Hell, not to throw shade at other communities, but damn though, there's worse shit that's been done by other black leaders that should be more questionable than what people be trying to beat Selassie up for. You know what I'm saying? And if you outgrow Selassie, and if you outgrow Rastafari, that's not a problem. I don't have a problem with people outgrowing Rastafari. If you feel like you need to move somewhere further, that's your journey. But remember how you got to the point that you're at. Everything is a step. That was a stepping stone, a necessary stepping stone to a lot of those, and to a lot of y'all out there who begin in Rastafari and go somewhere else. Y'all kind of forget it was Rastafari that got y'all into this, and it was a Rastafari mindset that made y'all question certain things and made y'all look further. It is not the movement that's the problem. It's the biblical ideology that turns ones and ones away from Rastafari after trying to trot for so long. And not that I'm right here crying because I'm not saying I have a problem with us losing members to other groups. And that's like I said, that's not an issue. That's not an issue. We're not. We never came out. No Rastafari never came up to me trying to convert me. So to lose someone to lose someone from the someone to put that ideology down and pick up another and pick up something else is not a big thing to me. No one brought you Rastafari. You seek Rastafari. I went out looking for it. No one brought it to me. I went looking for it. Hence why we say Rastas are chosen from birth, because we're Rastas from birth, because no one converted us to this. No one converted us into this. We chose it. It was calling to us. But like I said, this is just basically a breakdown of what we're going to be talking about Wednesday. The misconceptions, and well, no, not the misconceptions that bring on the, not always, but it can be negative depiction of Rastafari. And it's sad to say it's because of the biblical narrative. I didn't want to say it at first. Nigus already put it out. Nigus already dropped it out there. When I first told her about this, she already knew what it was. It's because of the biblical narrative. She been trotting this trot longer than I have. Hell, even crap. Matter of fact, we were supposed to do this show. Like I said, we were supposed to do this show Saturday, and even before then. But Big Bro who brought this to me. He wants his T's crossed, his I's dotted. When he comes out speaking about this, he wants to make sure he is completely and utterly correct in everything he says. I just want him to understand that I don't want him to pull back no punches. We're not going to disrespect these elders. We're not here to disrespect elders. But there are some things that they said that are questionable. Like when he said Selassie didn't want anything to do with us. Yes, Selassie was overwhelmed of so many people. Hell, this probably before going to Jamaica, he probably never even heard of the movement. Most likely, matter of fact, with the evidence I brought, he asked how long has this been going on? And we said since 1930, since his crowning, since his coronation. So not once has he denied us. Not once has he denounced the Rastafari movement. If anything, he gave us orders. Orders where we haven't been keeping. That's probably another thing that turns a lot of the intellectual ones, even the ones who grew out the Bible, who don't leave because of the Bible. The intellectual ones who don't leave because of the Bible, they leave because of the fact that that the movement is stagnant. And that is an even bigger problem. That is the problem I have with it. If you leave Rastafari because the movement is stagnant, then that is an issue. That is an issue. And it's a problem we have to fix as Rastafari. And I'm not speaking for Rastafari as a worldwide. I'm only speaking for us right here in America. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stop trying. I never want to give out the impression that I'm speaking for Rastafari worldwide. You know what I mean? When I talk my piece, like I'm talking right now, is concerning the American Rastafarians. And I would, not to step on toes, but I would expect there would be more Rastafarians trying to get on Sana's platform to set more of a record straight, to show that there's more than one ideology. You know, but after what happened with Priest Isaac, I wouldn't be surprised if no other Rasta want to go on his platform ever again. Crap. That was how they did Priest Isaac on the show, was real disrespectful. Sonetta, you an elder, and I respect you, and I respect your work. But you could have got on Garfield a little more on that, man. I mean, that was some disrespectful shit. And that was Priest Isaac's first time on your show, man. Then the next discussion we hear about Rastafari is just a bunch of a bunch of a bunch of half ideas. I said it, half ideas. Half ideas. Selassie didn't want anything to do with us. He said our work had purpose, and we must continue and organize and centralize. The elder that was on the video, and that means we don't have to stop say Rasta. Biblical wise, and this matter of fact, this is I'm talking for both sides right now. Biblical wise or non-biblical wise. We don't have to stop saying Rasta. Selassie saw both. I'm pretty sure Selassie heard both sides. Well, no, let me take that back. The most promoted side. I doubt he saw the side. He heard the side where it didn't see him as God. The Rastas who didn't see him as God. I'm pretty sure he's spoken to them, but the whole idea was that at the time was that we saw him as God. That was everybody's ideology at the time. That was the ideology that was pushed the most. Whenever you see the oldest videos you see of Rastafari, it's always the biblical narrative that's always been pushed. So even then, even if ones want to bring up the video with Selassie, he did denounce the fact that he was God. He did denounce the fact he was God. As the biblical Ras who grew up listening to Lion and Judah Society's teachings, Win and Yada, bless up, Win and Yada, man. You were one of my first teachers, man. I really respect you, man. But I'm not a biblical Rasta anymore. I would love to have you on the show if you're watching. If you're watching, I would love to have you on the show to explain why the biblical narrative of Rastafari is still relevant. You know what I mean? I would love to have you on the show for that. And the guy who commented on the video I did for Selassie's birthday, I would really love you to be on the show. This ain't a debate. I don't want to argue with you. We're not gonna argue. I really want to have you on the show so we could literally reason. Because I need people to make me understand, why is the biblical narrative still important? Do we still need to teach that? I did a video on that. Now that one of my first few videos. Is the biblical narrative still? Matter of fact, I asked that question with Nana Kwame. Big up yourself, brother. I'm sorry I couldn't do something for you this week, man. Anyone around South Carolina know that they shutting down Mohawk. So yeah, so I gotta find me a new job. Hopefully this YouTube thing start kicking up. But whatever. Damn it, I lost a view when I started saying something about money. The third view disappeared when I said something about money. Yeah, you good. I no disrespect. Oh shit. I'm sorry. I had to make that joke. Oh shit. The third viewer just left when I said something about money. Oh shit. But anyway, fuck it. When I'm about to mention something about money, I ain't about to start asking. I ain't about to start throwing my cash up yet. I'm just talking. But yeah, I asked the question: is it still relevant to still teach that Selassie is God? I think I even asked that to Congo too. And honestly, it's not. But I would love a biblical roster to please come on the platform and let's have that discussion. Why is the biblical narrative Why is the Bible still relevant to Rastafari? Why is it still relevant for Selassie to be God? But anyway, we're still talking about these elders. But this is just a preparation for Wednesday's show. Like I said, I'm just on here talking. If you got them, smoke them, please. Ain't a problem. If you got them, smoke them. Burn with me. But yeah, that's what we're looking forward to on Wednesday's show. I see 2 viewers. What's up? Big up my two. All right, 1 viewer. My 1 viewer watching. What's up with you, man? I'm sorry I haven't been on to talk to y'all for a while, man. I haven't done a one-on-one session with my viewers in a long time. Matter of fact, I think this is my first live session where I've been on by myself. I think. I don't know. I have to look back on my platform. We've been in Monstar Studios. I've been trying to get those other channels up, my gaming channel and trying to get the channel that basically powers both the Shogun Inc. channel. I know y'all basically the ones who've ever wondered what's always that, like if you look at the beginning of my video at my first few videos, there was always you always heard this little voice in the background screaming Shogun Inc. Yeah, you know that type of shit. Yeah, that's basically that's my production company. That's the production company that basically helps all this. That's I've been in the channel been the company been expanding. I've been doing a lot of commercials for a lot of black businesses now. It started off, I've uploaded a couple of them. For the hair salon, please go check those videos out, and please, for any ladies in the South Carolina area, in the Dillon County area, please go check her out, man. She's good. She's real good with hair. She's real good with hair, and she promotes natural black hair too. There's so many styles you can do with your natural black hair. Please go, please go support her and her husband's channel. His video is coming up next. I've been putting it off for the longest because the video so long, but it's about to be uploaded. I'm going to upload the first. Go up. Oh, just go and upload the first part of it. I know y'all probably seen the video on Instagram. Probably the real revolutionaries plant their own food. Yeah, that's gonna be the first part of that video. It's gonna be It's gonna be posted probably either tonight or tomorrow morning. Lovely Morning Radio and Late Night Ghetto has been canceled for a while until I get a better setup. And I think somebody's been sending me music, and I have to really one's been sending me music, and I have to really organize all that music so I can put a better playlist so we can stop being copyrighted. Well, not copyright, get copyright claims, not strikes. We're just getting claims because even though the ones who send me in their music, when I play it, they may I'm not talking about the ones where I be playing like KRS ones and well-known artists and mainstream artists and whatnot. I'm talking about the local artists I be playing this stuff. Even though y'all give me permission to put it, YouTube will put a claim on it for you, and stuff like that. So I'm gonna organize my music, and I'm gonna make sure that at the beginning you know, I'm gonna make sure that everybody gets the respect that they get, because I'm not doing Love Morning Radio for money or anything. And I'm not even gonna even if I reach 1,000 subscribers and I can start monetizing videos. I don't think I'm gonna monetize any of my YouTube videos. Part of my gaming channel videos, yes, but my Promise Keep videos, people gonna say I should, but actually no, I'm not gonna. I don't know. Maybe if they're black-owned businesses commercials, then yeah, I'll monetize for those. But it gotta be like black-owned businesses. I'm not gonna do. I'm not doing any big companies or whatever. But for my gaming channel, Sony, yeah, all these platforms I'm on, I'm doing all these gaming channels on, all these games I'm doing this shit on. Yeah. Capcom, yeah, y'all better support me, man, for real. I'm gonna be playing a lot of y'all games and stuff, and stuff like that. So yeah. That's for the gaming channel. Please support the God Beetle channel. It's used for people who used for my old channel, who know me from my freeform videos. That's the MX Shogun channel. It is now known as the God Beetle channel. It's known as the God Beetle 92. Please go support that gaming channel. I try to upload every Wednesday or Tuesday, Saturday at the most, at least. Yeah, I keep letting the blunt go out where I'm talking, so it's not a problem. I'm talking to y'all, so it's not a problem. Hope y'all can hear me over this air conditioner. I gotta do that. But seriously though, well, I can't really blame. Well, you know what? Let me tell you, I can't blame the biblical narrative alone because, like I said, a lot of people leave because of the fact that the movement is stagnant. And we've had that discussion a lot on this channel, how stagnant the movement is and how we're not doing what we're supposed to do. We're not carrying out the orders that we're supposed to, or at least not on a grand scale. There are too many ones like us. There's too many, you know, individual standalone rosters. We won't join organizations. We don't, because of ideology and stuff like that. So there's too many of us. So maybe there should be like a camp for like where ideology is not a thing. Maybe that's something we should come up with in America. I don't have the power to do such things, but if I had the power and resources to do those things. But thing is, don't I'm not gonna be the head of it. Nah. Remember, this America. This America. I don't want to be the head of the group. They like they like to shoot the leaders and shit. Oh shit! It make it seem like I want some. They make it seem like I'm gonna create something, but let somebody else get shot. That's fucked up. Don't think like that. I don't mean it like that. That's fucked up though. Oh shit! No. But that's one of the reasons why I don't want to create a group. Because when I was around 18 and 19, I was like, man, I'm gonna start my own chapter, and I'm gonna start my own chapter in South Carolina. We're gonna have my own sect of Rastafari over here. Like we're gonna call it Lions. We're gonna call it Lion. I don't remember what the abbreviation for it. Leaders Independent Organization United. It was either organization or organized and united or something like that. Organized and united or something like that, or organized united, something like that. But it was supposed to abbreviate Lion. But that was me at 19. When you first get into the movement, you real ambitious. You ready to knowing that time you don't really know shit. You think you're doing something because you decide you're gonna be open. You decide you got the knowledge that you got, which nowadays at me, if someone came to me with that same knowledge I came at 19, I would call it the Google search knowledge. You know what I mean? So that's why you gotta learn that. No, that's no one. So many elders had to feel like they had to bring me under their wing a little bit. Maybe I was just so ambitious and didn't realize I didn't know shit. You know what I mean? Or I didn't know enough, or I didn't get the broad scope. I just had a, a Google translation of what a Rastafarian is, and I was just trying to live that. Not trying to live through my experience. The strongest teaching I've ever the strongest lesson I've ever learned in Rastafari, the strongest lesson I was ever taught in Rastafari was given to me listening to Mutabaruka's radio station. Experience is our best teacher. You know what I'm saying? Experience is our best teacher. And in Rastafari, that is the greatest teacher. That's not just Rasta teaching, that's sage teachings. You know, that's not just something what threw weight to what Muta was saying is what my elders growing up would be saying. Experience is the best teacher. It's a hard lesson, but it's a lesson you'll never forget, and hopefully you'll learn from it. Look at me giving lessons like look at giving me lessons. Look at me giving lessons out and shit. Look at me giving out sage advice and shit. Boy don't know how to act since he turned 30. Oh shit. Oh snap. I don't even feel 30, man. I don't even feel 30. Still feel like I'm 25 and don't know shit. And that's a bad thing. They say you feel like when you're at 30, you're supposed to know everything. Oh shit. My bad, y'all lost connection. But yeah, I don't even feel you feel like you're supposed to know everything at 30. You know, you're supposed to have everything figured out, house straight, everything paid off. I mean, house is paid off, but it needs improvement. Car's paid off, but it needs work. You know, it makes you understand your parents a lot more. You know, the struggle they went, to kind of keep shit float, to keep shit float. But anyway, we're talking about Wednesday show. Yes. Saturday show, which is now been postponed to Wednesday. Yes. We're not doing it because we're just just sidetracking. No, we're trying to get everything together. We're trying to get everything as it is. When we say these, when we say what when Big Bro want to come on, he want to make sure he got everything right. T's crossed, I's dotted, everything punctuated. In the words in the cat the hat, everything in the single place, everything in its proper place. Rainbow stars to chase. All right, that's me getting hot. Let me stop. One more game to play. All right. But seriously though, a lot, like I said, a lot of ones leave because the movement is stagnant. Too many standalones like myself, especially in America. But I don't want to be the leader of it. I don't want to be the leader. I like the people like it's like after years they like to tear down leaders after a while. I don't know how the hell people mustered up enough shit to say that I don't know who these people who say bad who don't like Dr. Bill. They fucking they did shit. They did shit. It's just too much shit, man. Too much shit to be the leader. Heavy is the one who wears heavy is the head that wears the crown. Ones will say I'm not brave enough. No, it's not that it's not that I'm not brave enough. It's just I'm too cautious to put everything on the line. And then at the end, have history hate me. I seen what happened to leaders. This ain't me giving up. This ain't me hiding from ones will say that's ones will say that's I've heard elders say that's when they hear people talk like that, they say that's one's hiding from their destiny and whatnot. Nah, that's people being cautious. That ain't, and that's not admitting defeat to the enemy. Nah, it's just if you're gonna lead your family. See what I'm saying? If I'm a lead, I'm leading the ones close to me to a better life. So they can lead their families to a better life and lead their families to a better life, lead their family to a better, and maybe hopefully along the way the idea spread. You know, the name of the game now is the moving side. We need to move back. We need to go back to what our ancestors were doing. We don't have to everything we do don't have to be public. What we need to do is just do everything we have to get our shit together. We need to get our shit together and do it in silence. I mean, complete utter silence. Don't don't post. I mean, don't even put it on Instagram or Facebook or none of that shit because those are their platforms. Even this YouTube shit I'm talking about right now. I can talk about this shit all day, but they don't expect us to actually do this shit. They don't expect to actually do it. So what we need to do is go back to doing everything in fucking silence. Everything in silence. Buy up this block. Buy up this block. Open a store here. Open a store there. Sell the same shit. Sell the same shit too. Same shit. But the money stays in our community. You know what I'm saying? Get a grocery store. Get a grocery store too. There's a lot of ones who make a lot of money, who got a lot of money. And I'm not talking about the 9 to 5 people. I'm talking about there's a lot of ones who how do I put this? They got the resources to do this, but There's no real motivation to, even for their own family. It's just no. But I don't have those people around me. I am lucky enough to have in-laws who are making progress with the land that they have, encouraging me to make progress with the land I have. I'm a landowner, yes, 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 yes. I don't know if I've mentioned this before. I'm very proud of it. I'm a landowner. I'm very proud of it. Yes, 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 yes. And I have elders getting on me who are working their land right beside mine, egging me on to do something with mine. You know what I mean? So the only stagnant one is me. Everybody waiting on me. So I got to get my shit together. What we need to do is start acknowledging that we need to get our shit together. That's another thing that makes our movement stagnant. A lot of us think everything's good. A lot of us think there's nothing wrong with the Rastafari movement, that nothing needs to change. Everything is just gravy. Everything's cool. Smoke they weed, everything is cool. Hit the bong, smoke the weed, play a little reggae, bounce their dreadlocks around, irie, everything good, everything straight. Everything good, everything straight, man. Shit. It wasn't until meeting ones like Congo and Nigus and actually getting to meet and actually getting to talk and having one-on-one talks with these guests, because that's basically on a slide note. I've been using my show to get just so I could talk to elders, and I don't know if that's selfish or not, but think about it, y'all getting something out of the idea too. Y'all sharing my experience, so I think that's we shake my hand, y'all. Everybody doing good. Y'all get the same knowledge I'm getting. So yeah, I love this crowd. If it wasn't for the fact I didn't know how in trouble the movement of Rastafari was. Big bro Congo, there you go, my G. Big bro, there you go, my G. Yeah, man. One for you, I didn't know how stagnant the movement was, and it makes sense why a lot of a lot of the elders that I look up to now left the move, or either left the movement or don't really promote or don't really show their banners as much as they used to back in the day, because the movement is stagnant and they know and now and they see things. They see the pink studded glasses are gone, and they see things for what they are, and they see how it is, and then we wonder why elders on Sonetta can say the things they say, half baked as they are. Like I said, a lot of it is our own fault. We're not carrying out His Majesty's orders. You know, we're not. I mean, we get together every once in a while. Hell, I don't even know what we do in America. If it wasn't, hell, if it wasn't for Nigus Congo and now recently Negus, my brother Negus, y'all really get to know him on Wednesday's show. If not, look him up on Instagram. I'll make sure after the show is posted, when I go back and can add stuff into the comments and whatnot, I'll make sure to post his information and whatnot. I don't want to try to do it right now because I don't want to mess with the connection anymore than I already have. So yeah, if it wasn't for them, I would have known that there were so many movements in America and so many ones in North Carolina. He expected me to know. I didn't even know. Heck, if it wasn't for John Daniels, I wouldn't even know he was in North Carolina. I mean, because there's too many standalones. There's too many of us standalones, man, for us to organize and centralize in America. I can say at least in Jamaica, I can say in Jamaica, at least they got camps. I mean, they're still stagnant as they are. They still have camps, and once in a while they do things. So I can't. So I can't throw shade too much. I just wish they stopped trying to talk shit about us so much. But once again, what at the time I didn't know if we were doing anything. I didn't know if we were doing anything, and hey, it turns out there's a lot of movements going on in South in America. But like me, there's too many standalones, and we don't know anything. You know, I mean, even fake. I mean, we may join a couple of groups on Facebook, but most of these groups are like far away from us. I mean, like I said, I'm in South Carolina. I mean, I'd have to make trips. North Carolina, that's the closest one I've heard. Then I actually got to find it. You know, I mean, it's not like I can just, just up and go to Florida. Up and go to Georgia. I mean, I trip with how gas is right now. Going up in Georgia is like that's a vacation. That's you got stack bread. You got stack bread for that trip to Georgia. Nah, that's stacking bread. What's that? Well, in Ruston, there's no organization is doing what the state. Ja, ja, ja. Shit. Hey, Congo, you want to come on? Hey, Congo. Hey, Congo. Damn, damn, this week. So good shit. Congo, comment if you want to come on, man. Comment if yes or no if you want to come on, and I'll send you the link. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's some real shit right there. Yeah, but yeah, seriously though, Wednesday show is gonna be a lot of information. We're gonna have a lot of ones, but there are a lot of ones who are actually incensed. All right, hold on, let me send it to you. Yeah, there are a lot of ones who are incensed about that Sonetta clip, man. They want to come on and they want to actually they want to speak their piece. So I'm gonna let them. You know what I'm saying? All right, my G. There go the link. Yeah, but seriously though, my G. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, y'all give it a minute for Congo to come on. Man, I kind of lost my train of thought. Oh shit. My audience is very, very patient with me. I mean, though. Oh snap. A lot of ones are very yeah. Oh, I'm back. I'm back. A lot of ones are very pissed about that video, man. They got a lot of things they want to talk about, man. They tired of the the half baked notions of Rastafari. Like there's not like we all just believe like they need to put us all in one basket. But even then, even if you do put us all in one basket, the comment that got me the most was Selassie didn't want anything to do with us. That was the comment that got me. Everything else is just, okay, y'all don't know the other half. Y'all don't know the other half. Y'all never. It's like y'all. But damn though, no. Hold on, hold on. Let's put that point aside right quick. No, let's say that, but there is no excuse for that. There is no excuse for those half baked notions. There's no way none of those elders have never spoken to Mutabaruga, have never heard of Proof I. I mean, come on now, y'all telling me these elders, y'all been in the black community for the longest, and y'all telling me nobody, y'all never heard Mutabaruga speak? You know what I'm saying? So I don't get where that half baked notion. I'm gonna get what's the elder's name? I don't want to mispronounce his name because I don't want to be disrespectful and mispronounce his name. There is no disrespect here whatsoever. But I can't Infundiji something like that. I can't pronounce his name. But the elder that's sitting down with the black and gold getup with the hat that goes back that way. I've always loved how cultural he dressed. I mean I guess that's priest wear. I guess I'm not sure. I don't know Kemetic spirituality like that. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure my Kemetic homie who'll be on the show, he can shine better light on that than I can. But yeah. People there, a lot of rosters are upset about that. A lot of American rosters are upset about that. But back to my point I was trying to say. Saying Selassie wanted nothing to do with us. That is flat out wrong. That is just flat out fucking wrong. I'm sorry that I don't want to argue. I'm not arguing with an elder, but that's wrong. No, I basically, and I made that point right then and there on my clip with the clip. He gave us orders. He gave us point blank orders that we should organize and centralize, and that what we're doing has purpose. You know what I'm saying? So we don't have to stop saying Rasta. I'm gonna quote Elder once again. We don't have to stop saying Rasta. We don't have to stop saying Rasta. We don't have to believe what they want. We don't have to have their narrative. You know what I'm saying? Is he on? There we go. Peace, brother. You know what I'm
saying? Peace. You can hear me, fam?
Stop saying Elder. I'm gonna quote Elder once again. We don't have to stop saying Rasta. Hey, cut the video off in the background.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to that now. Word.
What they want. We don't have to.
Okay, here we go. Yes, sir.
Peace, big bro.
Yes, sir. Respect, man. Peace and love, man. Good to see you.
Glad to have you back on the show, man.
Yeah, man. Give thanks, man. I'm glad to see you still on it, man. Blazing the fire. Give thanks for that high energy and that fervor and that zeal you got, brother. You're inspiring. You're reminding me of the good old days.
Bless.
Yes.
But hey, yo, did you see the clip? Did you see the clip I posted?
Yeah, man, I seen that. I was, yo, I was weak, man. I'm like, yo, these guys are saying some real ish. I'm like, yo, I had to turn it off. I'm like, you know what, y'all ain't gonna get me all worked up right now with this nonsense. But I'm like you though, like they was getting too, you know, I understand, you know, Rasta is very confused, so I get you have jokes that you talk, we all over the place. But yeah, like. I was taking the jabs because I throw jabs too. It's all good. You can throw jabs and have your opinion, but let your opinion be based on facts. Don't make up stuff. Like for real. Like if you're gonna have jokes and have opinions, base it on facts. We have enough things we doing wrong, and you can stick to the facts. You ain't gotta make up stuff. Word. Talking about flossing with them, like come on now. Yeah, they was going beyond. It was going beyond.
For real. That literally, that whole Selassie coming to to Jamaica and giving his approval is what literally got the police off their backs.
Literally.
I mean, seriously. How do we mistake this? It is like I said, it's like they try to put us all. It's like they're putting us all in one little barrel. You know what I'm saying? Just because if you heard if you saw what the young brother was speaking, I'm only saying young brother because he seems like he's the youngest out of the group. He's probably older than me. He most likely he's older than me.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just like you saw his built. He went through that whole thing from Rastafari to Hebrew Israelite, then to committed knowledge, and he left because of the biblical narrative, which makes sense. I can't fault him for that because a lot of ones leave once they realize the Bible is no longer necessary. Anything connected to the Bible, they just throw away. And with Rastafari, and with the only narrative ever being pushed is the biblical narrative of Rastafari. Yes, they're gonna throw that. They're gonna throw that to the side. I had no problem with what he was with that part of the video. The part it was just the fact that all these elders saying what they said. Even Reggie. I'm not even sure what he meant by converts.
Right.
I want to say he was only speaking about Jamaicans. Because he said, and I quote, no Jamaicans have any connection to Haile Selassie.
Yeah.
I didn't really know how to take that because even when the young brother said Rastafarians, he said they are converts. So I'm not sure if he just meant the Rastafari, he just talking about the Jamaicans, or he's talking about Rastafarians as a whole. Does he? And I honestly don't understand what he means. That's why I made sure in the video to put in words. I didn't understand what he meant by converts.
When he said that, I assumed he meant to in some form or another, convert like Christianity. I think I took it as a mocking, saying that they're just another conversion of Christianity. That's how I took it saying there. And what Reggie was saying about no Jamaican is linked to Ethiopia, I think he said it because Jamaicans are always trying to act like they're really Ethiopian.
Right, yeah.
Like they don't even
make they're more Africans than any other black group in the West.
They really because Rasta Jamaica they'll always say because again how I feel about there's a lot of there's a lot of information going on without real study, real understanding of it. So one just hear things and piece it together. So Haile Selassie being a government figure was still as much as Rastas don't like politics, he was a politician.
And if anything else, he was an African ruler. We gotta realize they do shit differently back there. That rule have to be absolute. We gotta realize Ethiopia always had strong kings. What we mean by strong rulership, I mean their rule was absolute.
Yeah.
No one questioned their word. So they had to do some questionable shit that we was there in a modern day. We would be like, wow, oh my God, that's crazy. How could he do something? Because rule had to be absolute.
Yeah. Haile Selassie, when he was in Jamaica, one of the times where he spoke, he made a comment and he said that the Ethiopians and Jamaicans are blood brothers, and the Rastas took that literal. That was just a statement as us and the Ghanaians are blood brothers. We're just trying to build a camaraderie. They took that literal.
For real, I'm black, you black. Let's get together and get our shit together. You're right. They took completely fucking literal.
Literal, man. That's not saying that the slavery slaves was captured in Ethiopia and started leaving they're really, really Ethiopians. And so I think that's what Reggie meant when he said that. And I realized that you can't even get mad. It's like you can't even get mad at their perspective because of how how fractionalized it really is, and how the Christian dialogue gets pushed more than any other dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's like the NOI, for example, the NOI, like they're highly respected amongst the Black Americans. But I think part of that is because how many Black Americans really know that they're waiting for a spaceship to come back?
Wait, what?
The NOI.
Damn, I ain't know that. Hold on, repeat that for the audience.
Nation of Islam highly believes in aliens and spaceships, and they believe that Elijah Muhammad is on a mothership flying around in space, and he's gonna come back and get people.
Right.
That's part of their doctrine.
Wow.
A lot of ones don't know that. And I think if they did, they'll have more jokes for them that they wouldn't get all that, that they get. Like being the most serious ones. They're highly up in the clouds with their theology. But Rasta's more popular, so we're it's a bigger target.
Mm-hmm.
And it's rough when you're speaking that you saying that you're bringing Black African truth, and then you quote Bible all day. You make yourself a target for Pan Africans and the Black conscious guerrilla movements.
Mm-hmm. But the funny thing is, when you actually talk to Rastafarians, when you actually get under the biblical narrative, when you ask them what actually brought them to Rastafari, if they weren't born into it, if you ask them what bring them to Rastafari, Jamaican or otherwise, it's the lifestyle that brings them to Rastafari, not the ideology.
That's a good point, and you made me think just now when he said conversion. Because
said that.
Remember, I did a video a couple days ago, a month ago now, where I was saying that one street I like we're converts when they find out we're not Jamaican. So maybe he meant that we're the converts. We're converting to a Jamaican culture.
Uh-huh.
Because they look at me like I told you. My first question I always get is, are you Jamaican? It's never, are you Rasta? It's, are you Jamaican? And once I'm not Jamaican, there's no more questions for me 80% of the time.
For real.
From Black Americans.
For real.
Even after I made that video, even after I made that video, it happened to me like 5 more times since I made that video.
Damn.
That's on my word, yo.
Damn.
I get that so much. And then I'm like, man, you know what? Okay. Maybe we are converting to a, but then I'm like, no, because then when you study, remember, what's his name put us on that? Remember, Leonard Howell, he got put on when he was in Harlem. So
Ethiopianism is the grandfather to the Rastafari movement.
I'm sorry, in many ways, Leonard Howell and them guys, they're kind of like Elvis Presley. They get the glory, but they didn't make it up. Like,
for real, it was Ethiopianism. In matter of fact, if I want to say, I want one to please go back and check this. But if you read on the Ethiopian World Federation's website, you read about their history. Wasn't Shashamani actually promised to them?
To the Harlem was. Listen, and that's why they said that Haile Selassie didn't like the Rastas, because remember, he gave that land to the Black Americans from Harlem, but a bunch of Jamaican pot smokers showed up and he was disappointed and he did send them back. So that's why they say that Selassie didn't mess with the Rastas, because he didn't mess with the ones that first migration to Shashamani was a disgrace. And Selassie did block a sound on that. So they have all the history just mixed together. He didn't diss them in Jamaica, but he did kind of diss them when they first came to Shashamani.
Right. Because what he saw when he came to Jamaica and what he got in Ethiopia was completely different.
Exactly. Who came there was a bunch of dreamers thinking they're in heaven. When he saw them on their best behavior, rule of regard, acting like they we can put on a show. Like we can look good for a day, for a festival, for a bingy drum. We can look good for a day. They had time to plan that day. So he thought, okay, this is y'all every day. When y'all showed up thinking, we in Zion now, smoke a spliff and wait for the fruits to feed me forever. He's like, what the joke? You joking? Remember, I thought it was all about modernization and hard work. Y'all come in just to be, squatters in a sense, just, whatever.
And that's why, what's the elder's name who the elder who's
Multiple planner.
So what? No, not multiple planner. I'm talking about the elder of the Ethiopian World Federation.
Oh, EWF? I don't know who started that.
I don't remember. There's so many of them. Cause there's so many camps in them now. But
yeah, I never.
But it was he was the one. He was the main one speaking for the Ethiopian World Federation on that documentary Coping with Babylon. I think it's still on YouTube.
Coping with Babylon. Oh, okay. I've seen that, but I don't remember the name.
Yeah, but he was talking about he was giving his rendition at one time. Matter of fact, that's what brought this up.
Mm-hmm.
The whole convert conversation. That's what made me think of him earlier. Because he said, and I quote,
mm-hmm.
it was us of the Ethiopian World Federation. It was we. Because they called themselves Abyssinians.
Yes, sir.
It was we Abyssinians who come and convert them to become Rastas.
Exactly. But Jamaica only gets the credit because of Bob Marley. We ain't produced no Bob Marleys.
And at the time, that's why at first I was kind of upset when he was saying these things, and he said, because he ended with all these other organizations, because at the time I was moving fast with Bobo. So when he was like these other organizations like Naya Bingi, 12 Tribes, Bobo Chop, he said, I don't fight against these organizations. I don't fight against them, but I don't trust them. Yes, you know what I'm talking about.
Abuna Fox. That dude is a character. Abuna Fox. Abuna Fox, yeah, that dude gone, man. That dude, yeah, he was a character. Is he
still alive?
Man, I heard. I think. Don't misquote me. I don't know.
Nah.
I heard otherwise.
But
I don't want to put that energy.
I'll look it up.
Yeah. Abuna Fox. Yeah. You brought it back to that one. Yeah, he was sucking that. Yeah, he was saying that Naya Bingi worship Queen Naya Bingi, which is crap because most of them never heard.
No. Yeah. That made me mad. No, they didn't worship Queen Naya Bingi.
That dude was bitter. I don't care if he passed on, if he's here or not. He was bitter. Like, yeah. Like he was on Bobo Shanti worship Emmanuel, and he's like. Yeah, he's like, we're the only real Rasta. But they joint was looking like the Catholic Church, man. How
that's what I'm saying. They look more. They're Tawahedo straight up.
Man,
they're Rastafarians, but they're Tawahedo straight up. They still worship Selassie, but they're completely Tawahedo.
Yeah,
man. Matter of fact, that's why Lion of Judah Society, they're Ethiopian World Federation. That's how I got hooked onto the documentary, because I was moving, because during that time when I looked at the document. When I looked at the documentary, I looked at the documentary again.
Yeah.
When I was moving with Lion of Judah Society.
Okay.
And it still kind of made me mad.
Yeah.
Big up yourself, Wyndon Yarden. Ras Adonis Tefari. Please, if you do watch this show, please feel free to come on the platform whenever you want to. I would really love, like, I don't know if I'm pretty sure I said this earlier, but I would really love to have him on the show so he can, because I really would like someone to explain, I really would like someone from a biblical standpoint to explain why is the biblical narrative still important?
Because Haile Selassie was a Christian. You're never going to shake that.
But Rastafari is not about what Selassie believed in or what Selassie did or say.
It wasn't, but there was always those different sprouts that sprouted early. So Rasta is never going to be a monolithic idea. It just won't. So not
that that's a bad thing. Maybe that's why our movement lasts the longest. Because no matter how you want to split it, we're still one of the most popular movements.
Yeah, and because at the end of the day, no matter what Rasta's personal ideology is, they don't try to convert nobody. Rasta is love. Everybody else is love based on condition of you gotta turn to what I am or something wrong with you. Rasta don't do that. So for that reason, we will always be,
Makes you wonder: is there actually a real ideology in Rastafari?
No, that like Muta said, you talk to 10 rosters and you'll get 10 different answers, and they're all gonna say Rastafari when they're done. And that's the
Damn
beauty
right.
of it, as he
Damn
explained it.
right.
But a lot of ones, because they're so socialized and conditioned by the system, they can't. No, it has to be one way, it has to be one answer, because that's that Western education still in them. They don't understand
Yeah.
the diversity, which is life, and that no two flowers look the same, and let ones live as long as it's positive. But we're indoctrinated to we all have to be uniform. Like this concept of uniform, because organized don't mean uniform. We keep thinking organized mean that we all gotta believe the same thing, or we're not organized. No, organized means we gotta understand that we gotta understand that there's a root goal, and a belief is not a goal. If your goal is to believe the same thing, you ain't got no goal.
Facts.
We gotta your spirituality. Like Malcolm said, your spirituality is personal, but the need of the people is the same. Organized based on the need of the people, not on the belief system. We ain't never gonna get
For
organized on belief, and that's the struggle. That's the struggle. We're trying to organize the wrong thing.
real. And you know something? I brought forth the idea earlier when I was going to talk. Um, we need to go back to moving in silence. Like stop promote. Like we need to start. We need to do what we need to do, but stop making it. But stop making it public. Whenever we do something for our people, we need to stop making it public.
I agree.
Seriously, like when our ancestors did back in the day. Like we gotta make it seem like this is slavery all over again.
Yeah,
And
but
anything we
the
make for
only way
ourselves, we gotta hide it.
the only way that works is because like you just said earlier, everybody's too fractionalized and separated. That works when you have your crew. You see, most people are living this life with just them, maybe their empress and some youths, and they don't really have no other families around them. They don't have no other warriors around them. Most empresses don't have no other sisters around them. That's what made Rasta gravitate to social media, because it kind of brought the ones that have similar concepts together, but we're all spread out. Now, who's going to sacrifice and say, listen, we gotta get to the same place? You see what I'm saying? We want stuff, but we don't want to sacrifice for it. We don't want to get uncomfortable for it. If like right now, if North Carolina has the bulk of American rosters, then the rest of us need to consider moving to North Carolina if we're serious, because that's how communities are built. Remember, in the old days, black folks migrated. What?
Mm-hmm.
Everything is happening in Detroit. When we go to Detroit, and they migrated. There was a great migration. It's time for another migration where we get to a similar state, and then we can work together. You know what I'm saying? The way we're supposed to be worked together.
And honestly, I think we need to move back to the south. I think black people need to move back to the south and buy up this farm.
Yeah,
Real shit.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? And people
I
always
see
say,
a lot. I see a lot of vacant. I see a lot of vacant land lots out here, my people.
mm-hmm.
There's at least a small little lot. I say about maybe half an acre, maybe damn. Not even half an acre, maybe half an acre in front of my job, which they're shutting down. Which they're shutting down in October.
Oh wow, see that?
Man, fuck it. White people do what the fuck they want to do. Anyway, shit. This hop to the next one. Anyway, shit. I just keep seeing so many for sale signs for all these little lots and shit, and it just plots of land. It's not like hard concrete from like where there's a store or something, and then they tore the store down. Now just some little like slab of cement plot
Yeah.
or some shit like that. No, this is land,
Man.
and they're for sale signs all over Dillon County. Man, come down here and buy some land. That was my homeboy. His video gonna be put up either tonight or in the morning. Um,
Mm.
I did a short on it on Instagram. It's called Real Revolutionaries Grow Their Own Food. his whole garden can feed a family of four.
Mm-hmm.
His garden, the garden he have in his life, he live in town.
Yeah.
All his food, he got everything he got. He from what his empress done told me now, he moved everything from the backyard to the front, and so now his front yard is look like whoosh, just
Mm.
vegetation all over the place and
Yeah.
stuff. Now this ain't something. This isn't something these old people in South Carolina aren't used to. It's just they haven't seen it in so long, so everybody just walking by it kind of fascinated. Like,
Right.
wow,
Right.
wow, okay.
And growing some food, right?
Yeah,
Shoot.
in his li- in front of his house.
Yeah.
People. It's like people traded in their their land for to be part of the city or whatnot. Even down here in the South, they doing that. And then I get all the, you see all these vacant lots and shit, waiting for somebody to
Yeah.
buy up, then hoping somebody put a trailer on it.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's why that's the only reason why Jamaicans seem a little bit better than us because their people still got their land, so ones can hang out and gather. We don't have no way to do that.
Yeah, but here's the bullshit behind that. They do the exact same thing, but on a worse scale. How you trade your backyard for for a brick wall for look how you trade a house. It may be a hut. It may be a little hut, a little tin hut. Don't get me wrong. It may be a little tin hut or something. But when you look out your little cutout window with that one piece of glass, you see a yard. You traded that in for that one room for that one bedroom apartment that's costing you over $500 a month, and you look out your window and you see a brick wall in air you can barely fucking breathe. Nowhere you can grow food at. You are dependent on what city produces food. When you could have stayed where you were at and just grow and done what your grandmother did and grow food. The reason why motherfuckers don't want to do that, like Musa said, because everybody want to eat McDonald's, steak, lobster. They want to eat. They want to eat with white people. They want to. They want to. They want to eat. They want to eat commercial shit.
And farming just sounds a lot like slavery to a lot of black people.
Bullshit.
This is what I hear.
Bullshit.
This is what I hear. This is what they tell me. And like I ain't farming. Like that slavery shit is over.
Then slavery did his job. Then if they believe that shit, then slavery did his job.
Yeah,
Then
basically,
slavery did his job.
basically.
Fine. If they don't want to work, and fine. We gonna work them so hard that even if we can't work when they do get rid of this shit, they ain't gonna want to do it for their damn selves because they gonna feel too much like this shit. Then basically slavery won. That's how I look at it. If you don't
Hmm.
want to go out there and plant something because you feel too much like a damn slave, then slavery won. The white man has won.
Yep. Right now, a lot of black folks they want to move to, they want to move to Indonesia and all these exotic, Asian places now, you know, and the ones want to try to make their little money stretch and they live in these little, these fantasy lives. Ones don't want to put that work in no more. Ones don't want to put that work in.
Escapism.
Yeah, basically, you
Shit.
know, because I know like even the Brethren Jack Daniel, like he always talking about, ones need to come together and get some land, and that's what it is right now. Like you gotta have land here because you're gonna have Rastas gonna say, no, 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 we can't do nothing here. We gotta go to Africa. You can't go to Africa until you have a foundation here to work
For
with.
real.
Like that's just fantasy too. That's escapism. You know
For
what I mean?
real.
Most ones who go there, they come back, or they or is somebody here funding them with American dollars to keep them above water over there. You know what I mean? So gotta have something set up here first. But it's that sacrifice that ones don't want to make that sacrifice. You gotta
For
really,
real.
ones is scared. Ones is scared. They
Shit.
ones is too focused on what can go wrong.
Shit.
And we don't trust each other no more. As a people, we don't trust each other. So that's why it's stagnant. I mean, you can't make people feel comfortable. Like, how do you get past that one? Like, I remember Umar Johnson said he was like, if Malcolm X and Martin Luther King was here today,
Hold on, Congo. I can't really hear you. Speak up a little bit.
pardon me. I was saying that I remember um Dr. Umar Johnson had said one time that if Malcolm X and Martin Luther King was here today, they would not be able to mobilize the people the way they did in the '60s. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't, you can't make people want something that they don't think they need.
For real. You got you got people. You got one. You got elders who who feel like because it's not like it was. There's no need to do anything else. You
You
got
know?
one. You got ones and one now who feel like shit. There's nothing like they feel like there's nothing wrong with what's going on.
Yeah,
Because it hasn't anything that they see in the news hasn't happened to them, and it hasn't happened to their people in their community, so they don't worry about it.
look at the situation with that basketball chick right now in Russia.
Mm.
She
Oh
got
yeah, yeah, yeah.
9 years. She got 9 years for that. Reggie, Khalid. You're too loud for me right now. Can you go over to the other side, please? You got your headphones on and you screaming. You can't hear yourself. He got a new pair of headphones. He just she got 9 years for a vape pen, right?
Mm.
Now I'm scrolling through
Wait. Pause. I never understood. No, wait. I never really understood what was the whole big deal. What was she in trouble for? Excuse me, you said a basement?
yeah, marijuana, she had one of them
Okay, never mind. What is you doing? What is you doing over there smoking marijuana?
Okay, okay, but this is the thing, right?
Mm,
You see what you just said too? You said, what was you over there smoking marijuana, right?
mm.
Smoking marijuana. We cannot we cannot
Doing
put
that shit in Russia?
huh?
I'm not doing. Hold on. Where was she? Where is she again?
She was in Russia, bro. Russia, like the
I'm
Russia.
not doing that shit in Russia. Boy, that is a different that is a different form of Caucasian. You know how they, you know how we say black people were born in fire. We were kissed by the sun. We were born in fire.
Yeah.
Those, those Russians were born in ice. That is a different breed of Caucasian.
I agree.
No, I am not smoking shit in Russia.
I, you wouldn't even catch me in Russia, first of all. So
Exactly.
I'm not going to
Nah,
Russia.
nah, 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 nah,
But
nah, nah, nah,
but
nah, 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 nah.
regardless of that, right? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you on that one. I'm not even gonna be in Russia, but I'm sure Russians smoke weed. Weed is everywhere.
Oh
So
no, yeah, I know, but
my
I'm
thing
not
is,
gonna be there, and I'm not from there,
I'm with you. But
and I'm not in somebody's house.
she I'm with you. I'm smart with mine. You know what I'm saying? But anyhow, I don't know. I know she got caught. It was in her luggage or whatever. She wasn't smoking the vape pen. They found it in her luggage in her travels. So she been locked up for a while. So I guess she was sentenced to 9 years, is what I'm hearing now. So I bring it up. I bring it up to say that I'm scrolling through social media, and
Mm.
I would say 80 the high 80 percentile of brothers was laughing at her, mocking her, blaming her. All of a sudden, everybody's saying, "Well, she should have knew the law. It's her fault. Whatever." And I'm like, "Damn, wow, really? We're just so pro system now. We're just all these law abiding citizens, and when the white man says and she wrong and don't even answer to authority, we just obedient like this now. Like we just obedient.
Like y'all motherfuckers won't be trying that shit.
You know
First of all,
what killed me when they
I
were
can't.
like,
I'm not.
she
No,
should have known. She
let me
should have
not
known.
lie. I'm not gonna say I wasn't gonna smoke. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't gonna say I'm not gonna smoke if the opportunity, if the opportunity didn't get present itself. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna smoke,
One
but
is the
I'm
same.
not gonna have something that I'm gonna have to take. I'm not gonna have paraphernalia with me. I mean, come on, roll a blunt, roll a blunt, roll some paper, smoke
It,
that
would,
shit.
it,
It's
wouldn't, it,
dawn.
would, it wouldn't have mattered. She didn't get 9 years for the vape pen. She got 9 years because she had marijuana paraphernalia. If you had a joint, you were getting the same 9 years. If you had a crumb full in your palm, you was getting the same 9 years. So I'm like, That's still oppression. That's wrong, y'all. I don't care if she's in Russia, America, England. We're supposed to be against the system, especially as black men. Like, how are you just so thumbs up with
ready to throw the black woman under the bus? I feel you.
And then like I said, they were so pompous, so arrogant that they're like, "Well, she should have knew the law when she was going." Negro, do you know the law in your own county? Most people don't know the law in their own state or county, but she was who I know niggas don't travel. Because who the hell traveled? Tell me who stopped to read the laws of the country before they traveled in that mug. I know I traveled. I got a few stamps in my passport. Never read the law book.
Man, motherfuckers won't even read. Motherfuckers don't even know the difference in law and distance.
You feel me? In this country, their own county, you can't even tell me who your councilman is or your local mayor, but she's supposed to know the laws in Russia. Like what? What are you saying? Like, see that compliance and that level of agreement with the oppressor, that showed me a lot. Most
my
men
problem with is the way she did it. One, if I'm going on a plane, I'm not gonna have paraphernalia. I'm not gonna have everything I had before I even make it to the airport. Everything is smoked and gone.
Rappers will shoot their wife, and niggas will have T-shirts, free little whoever shot my wife, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's fake. It's because ones will do crime and it's free this, free that. No proof, like Mystical just got charged for rape the 4th time, like, but he innocent. Like, come on now,
he did it. Man,
come on now.
No one charged you for rape for the 4th time.
Like, come on now.
no one charged you for rape 4 times, man. Come on.
You get one chance for bro. Like, it's your 4th time.
OJ ain't get this many damn chances.
You know, and they still gonna have free Mystical.
R. Kelly ain't get this many damn chances.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, nah, like back in my days, you know, like when we have to ride, like for something like that, like we have to ride for our people. Because even me at first when it first happened, I even said let the alphabet people get her because I think she's alphabet. So I'm like, whatever, let the alphabet people get her. But damn, when I heard she got 9 years, I was like, alphabet or not, because she didn't get 9 years for alphabet. She got 9 years for something simple as some resin of herb. Like, that's not cool. And for y'all to be just gun ho with the system about it, that means that, you know.
So when it happened to you, you want everybody? Are you gonna want everybody to feel the same way?
You know, because I'm like, we all like now everybody's holier than thou. I mean, we all break the law to some capacity every day. Y'all all talking about, oh, she should have knew the law. So when you get arrested, you know, so if there's an emergency and you doing 95 on the highway and you get arrested because your mama had a heart attack, we should all say, well, you knew the law, nigga. Fuck your mama.
That's not funny, but I'm gonna laugh because it is.
Yeah, fuck your mama. You knew the law. Why you speaking for? Fuck her heart attack, nigga. You knew the law. Like, the hell?
Oh shit.
Like, now y'all just Joe Schmo system, right? Y'all ain't never did nothing that can get y'all arrested.
I feel you.
Nah, we can't but it showed me the mentality of where we at right now. So it's like we're comfortable. Not only are we comfortable, we advocate for the system now. We side the majority I saw the majority was against her. The majority, not a few coons, the majority was saying she should have known better. She got what she deserved. She get what she get. She got what she got. Oh, well, too bad for her. She should have. It's like, word? I know for a fact in the 90s, it would have been free T-shirts selling, free whatever her name is, T-shirts on every block in the hood.
Mm-hmm. Shit.
So,
I wouldn't have talked shit. I wouldn't have been talking shit. But hell, hey, when you smoke weed internationally, you all take a chance. Take a chance. That's like these motherfuckers. That's like these two girls what was that shit on? Locked Up in Abroad. These two girls. It was a black girl and this white girl. They were trying to smoke weed out of Jamaica.
Oh, word.
And nobody told them that they don't play that Jamaican police don't play.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody told them Jamaican police don't play.
Yeah.
And then there were these two, and then there were these two, then there was this. I want to say it was a black guy in one of his friends in college with him. They were trying to smoke a weed. I don't know why they were trying to smuggle weed from Japan, and they had to go to and they either had to go to Japan or they had to get it from Japan. If
Mm-hmm.
Lex is here, she'd be able to tell it better because that's her show.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sorry, as much as I'm always race first, but you fucking crazy. You gonna smuggle weed from Japan or you gonna smuggle it going through Japan? Are you fucking crazy? Even if know the law or not knowing the law aside, nobody has to tell you Asia is fucking strict as hell when it comes to drug laws. No one has to. You can pretty much make a guess and guess that Asia don't play about drugs whatsoever.
I agree.
Everything is crack to them.
I hear that, but what I'm saying is that in the old days, okay, like America was never so quick to throw somebody under the bus. If this if
True.
if this girl was blonde hair and blue eyes, it would have been rallies and outcries for free Becky, free Barbie. They would have had they would have had tanks already invading Russia to get her out. Now, because the sister's black, it's know the law. Know the law. She should know the law. She wasn't smuggling.
Free that poor white girl. Free
You see,
that poor white girl.
like, it'd been like 9 years. She's oh my god, that is oh my god. They've been crying crocodile tears for her 9 years. Even if it never got overturned, there would have been an advocation for her. But with this one,
Six country music stars would have made 7 songs about her.
thank you. Thank you. They would have organized a march on Washington within minutes of her
For
conviction.
real. All right, I feel you. I feel you. I feel you for real though.
You know,
I feel.
for the same thing, like for this, like because this is not. She didn't go over there and do anything to harm anyone in any fashion. You know what I'm saying?
She can smoke some weed. She smoking some weed.
She not even. It was she just. For all we know, she could have just forgot it in her gym bag.
Yeah. But to tell you the truth, I think they made. I think they did it because she. I think they really. I think it was more of a standard. I think they did it because more of a. They try to make. Not. I mean, not standard. Uh, what the word I'm looking for? Not publicity stunt, but they did it as an example because she was a foreigner. A lot of countries would do shit like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like if it was like if let's say if there was a local, would he have automatically have got 9 years? I mean, think about it. Even with how marijuana was back in the day with us, local people. I mean, think about it. You're not gonna. The first time you get, I don't know how many times I got stopped for a blunt and some weed, and motherfuckers like, man, if you don't take your stupid ass home and
Right.
go so sit at the house. I'm just saying, would have been such a thing if it was a local.
No, probably
I
not.
think they mostly did it because she was a foreigner.
She was a foreigner
Slapped
and
the
she was
9 years on her. Don't
black.
get me wrong, Russia's strict as hell, but if it was a local, it probably wouldn't even made it. It probably wouldn't even. It probably wouldn't have been made. He probably would have had to pay some kind of. He probably would have had to end up paying a big
And,
ass fine and
and
shit.
America should know that they're trying to juke America because there's some disagreement right now between them. That was a juke on
Mm-hmm.
America, and she was an easy target because she was black with dreadlocks. So she was an easy target.
Yeah. But
And
they ain't going to bat. Yeah, that's America though. They ain't going to bat for us. They ain't going to bat for us.
because she had dreadlocks, oh, she's a criminal. Forget the fact that she plays ball. She's a criminal. Oh yeah, damn weed smoking stoner hippie dreadlock bitch nigger. So it's like, but if that was the same
Yeah.
situation, if it looked like one of their daughters of the Congress, it'd have been a whole different thing. And even our people
Yeah.
would have been more. Oh my gosh, it's not right. We would have mercy for even us would have more mercy. So I was just saying that to show why we're not fighting for any kind of nation building. You know, we're happy to see each other go to jail over weed.
Yeah.
So, man, yeah, it's a different kind of people that we're dealing with now. We're dealing with different kind of people, you know, and
Yeah.
no organization is really doing a good job with these people. You have individuals that's living right, but there's no organization that's really doing a good job with the people at the moment because the people don't want no. You can't tell nobody nothing. Right now, we're at a state. Before, we respected leadership. Now we're at a place where there is like everybody who tries is mocked. It was like no matter what angle you come from, you're critiqued and mocked. You know, there's no more respect. There's no more reverence. You know? Everybody's their own king and queen and their own god now. See, that was the danger of all that stuff. Like because now it just created a conscious chaos.
Shit, too many guys running around Olympus.
It's a it's a it's a it's a conscious chaos, man. It's a holy war of ignorance.
Shit.
Yeah, it's quite a
Shit.
peculiar predicament.
Shit. What you doing Wednesday, fam?
Um, if it's around these hours, I'm here. I'm in the evening.
Please, I'm gonna need you to come. Please come through. Please come through Wednesday. The show gonna be around 7. Gonna be around 7 o'clock. It's gonna be with Homie said he was familiar with you on Instagram. Yeah, I'm not gonna butcher. I'm not gonna butcher his full name, but his name is Negus. He's on Instagram. He does karate with his kids, with his 2 kids.
You just met
And he
brother.
posts a lot of those videos on Instagram. Hmm?
Yeah, brother Nikas Kamal Atu.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, he's the one who brought the whole who brought the clip to my attention, and this is basically it's basically Wednesday going to be basically his show.
Okay, that's
And
my
so please, I would love for you to come through because he has a lot of guests who wants to come through.
that's my sibling right there. Um,
Job.
and as siblings, do you have any siblings, brother?
Oh, he's your actual brother.
Kind of, sort of. Do you have siblings?
Yes. I have.
You have three sisters, right? Three sisters, don't you?
Yes, and I have a god brother. Well,
Okay.
and I have a god sister, and I have a brother, and I have a brother who I basically well god brother he basically grew up with me. So
Well,
his mother was my mother was his mother, and basically if something would have happened to my mom, that's who I would have went. I would have been living with his mom.
okay then.
So
So,
yeah, I got like probably got like 6 siblings, I guess.
so having siblings, you know that sometimes siblings, you know, go at it sometimes.
Yeah.
So yeah, Negas Kamal is my brother. Right now, we're in a bit of a tiff. So I would
Oh,
I would gladly come on Wednesday, so we could hopefully sort that out and continue on with the works.
yeah. Yeah, we ain't gonna put no band-aids. We ain't gonna put no band-aids. We ain't gonna be on the top. We ain't gonna put no band-aids off.
Yeah,
But
that's my
yeah,
brother.
but yeah, I would love for you to come through on that show so you can speak more on that. And he has a list again. But like I said, there's a lot of people who were actually I wouldn't say offended, but they have a lot to say about that video.
About
And her
about
and
yeah.
yeah, about that Sonetta video. And where I'm gonna be at to make sure I can get everybody on there. I think I can have up to how many people I can have up on the stream. I think I can have up to at least 6 at a time. So yeah, I'm gonna be I'm gonna be at my god buddy homeboy studio at my god buddy's homeboy studio Santana at Santana Studios and stuff. So yeah, So we're gonna make sure we can have everybody on there. This probably gonna be a good long discussion. This gonna be a good long discussion. This gonna be a good one. This is gonna be real good because a lot of people want to come on and debunk everything these elders said. That's
Man.
what's taking, and that's what's taking, and that's what actually took the video so long. Okay, first it was supposed to be Monday. It was supposed to be Monday of last week. Then it became Saturday. Then it became yesterday. It was supposed to be Saturday. Then now it's Wednesday. It's
Okay.
Wednesday coming up.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that works.
because he want to make sure he got everything the way he needed to be. He wants to make sure he got all his proof, all his evidence. So when he says what he says, he has proof right there. He can just show
That
to,
man,
to the
that
viewers and
man,
all that.
that man has the largest library I've ever seen.
Oh, now, oh, this is gonna be good.
Like
See, the student in me is getting happy.
his library is very extensive. This man has oh man, he has hundreds of books dealing with His Majesty. Like that brother will literally buy he'll buy a book this thick if it has one sentence about His Majesty in it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like so yeah. You know, if he's doing some research, he gonna come with some fire. I already know he gonna come with some
Yeah.
fire. That man's library is yeah. I mean every magazine like Jet magazine, like every article
I actually wanted that.
yeah like
That
his
that that magazine with Selassie on it, and the one and the Time magazine with his picture. I actually
he got
wanted that copy.
he got it
Those two copies.
he got them both. I've held them. He got them both. I've
Now
held
that's what's up.
like he has books that literally like might be like three or four in print. Like yeah. Yeah, like I always tell him that like that man got to build a museum or a library or something for them things he got. Put them in glass cases and put them on display for people. He got a lot of stuff. So yeah,
Right.
that should be good. Yep,
Mosquito.
the one drawback to summer, you gotta deal with the mosquitoes.
For real though. But it's soon. But it's soon gonna be over.
Oh, I'm not
That's
rushing
actually the
myself,
first
but
mosquito that's ever got in the house.
I'm enjoying my summer. But small price to pay is those mosquitoes.
For real. Shit.
Yes,
Actually, I'm waiting for fall. I'm waiting for fall now.
eh,
I love fall.
fall is fun. Fall is okay. As long as it ain't cold outside, I'm cool.
Yeah, I always like the colors, and plus I love wearing long sleeves. Any excuse to wear long sleeves. Any excuse to wear long
I
sleeves.
like being outside with no shirt, preferably.
Ja,
Yeah,
shit.
man. But yeah, so them guys, you should try to get this guy, Sarnetta. Let him let him speak for himself. We challenge him. He's always questioning or question him because, like you said, these guys know better. But you know how it is, though. People like to
Mm,
have jokes. It's more fun to have jokes than actually say things that are
ja.
up for.
I doubt it. I'll issue it. You know me, I ain't scared. You know me, I'll say what I want to say. Well,
You
but I doubt it. I doubt he'll pay this little ass channel.
Yo, you got some people already on here that that pay this little channels of mine. Why wouldn't he?
Shit.
You
Yeah.
have some ringers. You have some ringers come through here. Shoot,
Uh, true.
oh man.
True. Niggas did make some stuff happen. Niggas did make some stuff happen. I mean, dang, I still don't know how. I still, I still don't know how the heck she got Jane Elliott on the show. I still don't know how the heck she did that.
I'll tell you, man. You had some ringers come through here, man.
I still don't know how she pulled that off. Oh crap!
You had Priest Isaac come through. You had a couple ringers come through here. I don't remember all of them.
Right.
You had a few ringers, man.
Yeah. Priest Isaac, the mighty Hebrew.
Yeah, man.
Wow. I did. The homie from Rastafari Global Council. Like those are one of them got mad at me.
Who got mad at you?
One of them got mad at me. I don't remember which one. I don't it's not the one from. I don't think it was the one from Rastafari Global Council, but one of the ones when with that video, when it was that video, he got upset with me because I forgot to when I was giving out respect to my guest, I forgot to give him I forgot to say his name, which I apologize, which I apologize. I mean, I never want to leave anybody out when I give respect.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all good now. First time, that was the first time somebody was mad at me. I was like, ooh,
Hmm.
I felt
Yeah.
like Dave. I was like, ooh, I feel like, ooh, someone mad at me. What I say? I thought because as soon as I found out someone was mad at me, I'm thinking it was something I said. I'm first thing gonna be, oh, it's something I said. All right, which one? All right, which one was it? All right, which one
Basically.
was it? Which word was it? Because I'm ready to defend it, but now because I didn't mention I didn't mention what that which was messed up because the show it was his show. It was messed up. So I was
Things happen. I mean, dang, it wasn't people gotta be.
it won't on purpose. Like yeah, but
Yeah.
anyway,
Right. Right.
anyway.
But yeah, Rasta is at a peculiar place, man. And I think sometimes like with evolution, sometimes I think things change. Don't what they say. The only thing constant in the universe is change. And I think a lot of times we try to hold on to think like black people are just too traditional in a sense. We put way too much. I mean, I don't want to downgrade tradition, but you don't. It's not something needed. It's not necessary. Where you got to put so much emphasis on it that you become stagnant. It's like things change.
Yeah, not everything that's traditional is still relevant.
I think a lot. I think on both sides. I think on the Christian side of Rasta, and even on the because look, Muta Baruka, for example, right? Let's keep it 100. Right?
Mm.
Muta has taught me so much, you know. But now Muta always speaks about the glory days of Rasta and what he came up in the Ital non-biblical liberty, right?
Mm.
But right now, today, how's Muta living?
Oh, he living in a house, living in a nice house with a nice library and whatnot.
Muta
I'm
living
not
in
really sure where he's living at right now.
Muta live in a nice modern home and drive his nice modern car.
Ah,
He's
damn,
not
I
on
can
a
support.
donkey and he's not in a bamboo straw living in the bush. He's not doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
He's not. He's not. And he's in Jamaica. He never moved to Africa. I think by now he should be able to live there comfortably. I'm thinking he has a decent name and a decent, you know,
Yeah,
lifestyle that he can transfer over there. You
yeah.
can
Yeah,
you
he
can
said, yeah, he said he doesn't want to move out.
ex,
There's no reason for him to move to Africa right
exactly. You see what I'm saying?
there is no reason, and that made me think about what, like when I was young, it made me think a little more like what was my real reason of going after my goal? God didn't want to go there to just to be there,
You
or
see, you
what am
see,
I there? What am I there for?
you see that? You see what I'm saying? And it's like, but now, so now, see what I'm saying? See, but now a lot of them. Now I'm not gonna say Muta particularly, but a lot of them feel the same way. But they'll look at us like we have to leave where we are, but they can stay where they at. Like these ain't both plantations.
I feel you. I feel
You know what I mean? So you have ones over here striving to live a lifestyle that the ones you're looking up to are no longer living. That was based on a time of condition. They glorify the glory days, but if it was so glorious, why'd you give it up and come into modern times? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So they no different than the old folks over here, our grandpas who talk all that old school shit that we look at like, yeah, all right.
Shit. In actuality, damn, I actually feel like we should go back to the way they had it. I mean, seriously. Really now, if we modernize, if we actually do a little work to it, the outhouse wouldn't be such a bad idea.
Man, that just makes more cleanliness and sense to have your bathroom separate from
For
from
real
where you
though.
like like man, listen. The way these houses are modern are today are put together is to follow
For real though.
the caveman. Only he will sleep and shit in the same facility under the same
For
roof.
real. And I love my trailer. I love my trailer to death. This is where I grew up at. I never want to leave this. I never want to leave. I never want to leave this damn trailer. But damn though, when you think about the fact that the bathroom is right next to the kitchen, it
Come
just
on
makes
now.
it just makes you wonder.
Come
And
on
if
now.
and mother and when I say things like the out and when I tell people like an outhouse doesn't really seem like a bad idea, they're like, man, I gotta walk all the way outside these bathrooms. I, no, modernize it, my G. Make a long ass hallway to the damn to the bathroom. It just ain't gotta be the bathroom just don't have to be connected to your house. Matter of fact,
Exactly.
what happened to bath houses? You know what I'm saying? I mean, there used to be a place where you go and bathe, where you literally went to bathe.
hmm and that's one thing I like about when you go to the like a lot of the Rastafari communities, you'll find that the bathhouse is separate from the outhouse, which is separate from your sleep house.
Right.
Which is funny because when I first got there and experienced that, it was a cultural shock for me. It was a cultural shock to the concept that I got to go outside to bathe. you know, or you gotta walk across the yard, to use the bathroom.
It won't. I never went to Jamaican experience, but when I heard of the concept, it wasn't something I wasn't. It wasn't something I wasn't unfamiliar of because as it wasn't something I wouldn't say unfamiliar. I wouldn't say familiar with, but it's something I won't. I wasn't. Not like I haven't heard it before because I've seen outhouses. I've seen growing up as a 4 year old, growing up 5, 10 and stuff. I've seen outhouses out there. I've seen people who I went to. I've rode places with my grandpa and went to see some of his old friends, and they still have outhouses.
Yes, me too. In the
And
'80s,
it's actually and
Alabama, and
it's
it's disgusting and nasty.
actually no. This lady kept her shit pretty. This lady kept her shit clean and shit.
That's what's up.
She literally no. What was dope was I was expecting like a hole. I was just thinking of just a wooden hut, and when you go in there, just a hole. No, here's
That's
what.
what I saw in
No,
Alabama.
yeah,
That's what I
yeah,
saw. Exactly what I saw.
yeah. She did her shit was more like a permanent porta potty.
Oh, see, that's
There
different.
was a toilet in her shit.
Yeah, she
I thought it
modernized
was a
it.
porta potty, but she called it an outhouse. No, her shit was like a permanent porta potty.
Yeah,
It
she
was
modernized.
all wooden. It had a toilet. It had a toilet there, tissue, just like a little, like a little porta potty.
Now that's what I saw in the Caribbean. It was the actual toilet in there. It was, but in Alabama in the '80s, yeah, I seen the actual wooden thing with a hole, and you look down there and it's just a bucket of yeah
Shit. Yeah,
shit.
no, never look down. Never look down on them bitches. I've seen them too. I've seen them too. I
So
ain't never used them bitches. I ain't never used them bitches.
I'm pretty sure I didn't go that day.
I don't think I've used them shit. But I don't know. I'm pretty sure I've been in those things as a baby because because I keep remembering flashbacks of me shitting in something that made me think I was shitting in a well as a baby. So I want to believe. So I want to believe. So I'm not gonna say I never used. So I can't really say I didn't use it.
Well, that's exactly what it would be like shitting in the well. That's
So
exactly what it would be like.
So I'm not gonna say I didn't use. So I'm not. So I can't really say I didn't. But I have no mental. I don't have any memory of me actually using the wooden door, the wooden hut with the hole
Yeah, man.
in a bucket at the bottom.
Yeah, but nowadays you can, like you said, you can do that, and you can run it where you can have it where it can flush and it can go
Yeah,
out to something like, yeah, like there's no reason why we can't live environmentally modern.
I actually want to do that. If I can get a lump sum, if I can get a lump sum, I actually want to next year. I want to just for the next 2 or 3 years just pocket my income tax checks.
Mm-hmm.
Just if I can, just pocket those income tax checks, and because my dream is I really want a bathhouse, like one of those Japanese bathhouses, because the way the Japanese bathe seem like the actual way you're supposed to be bathing. Like the whole thing, the whole point. If you want a bath, it makes sense to scrub yourself first, rinse yourself off, and then hop in the tub. It makes more sense than hopping in the tub, then scrubbing yourself, then scrubbing yourself clean, than you sitting there in your own filth.
I
Are
know,
you really
I know a lot
clean?
of
Are you
sisters.
really clean?
I know a lot of sisters who do it the first way you said.
Yeah. That makes more sense to me. If I would take a bath, if I've only seen it because I watch a lot of anime, and whenever you see them do like bath, and they always, they don't hesitate to throw Japanese culture in there. And whenever you go to bathhouses, that's how they have it set up. Even in their houses, it's always there's a nice little section where there's a drain in the middle of the floor. The whole floor is tiled. There's a drain in the middle of the floor. There's a nice little section with sink set where you just stool, sit down, wash up, you wash your whole body, take a little shower here, rinse off, then hop in the tub and relax. Hop in the tub and relax.
Mm-hmm.
That, for some reason, that seemed like, why the fuck aren't we bathing like that? That seemed like, for some reason, that seemed like the correct way of bathing. Maybe that was just me at 15, being on my, Asians can't do, being on Asians can't do no wrong type shit. When you don't really have much knowledge of yourself, you take on another culture's ideology, and black people, we loved Asian shit back in the day. We loved that shit. Especially if we grew up on kung fu movies, and like I said, I was I'm in the anime, still in the anime.
Yeah.
So when at one point it was like the Asians couldn't do no wrong, then you realize the so-called countries, what you thought the Asian countries, you thought everybody lived so much longer because they're healthier. No, no, they're not very healthy at all. They're very in Japan. They're very sickly in Japan. I mean, they have to worry about getting sick sitting under air conditioning too damn long. Damn, what kind of immune system is that?
Right.
Then here's something else that really fucked with me. As much shit as preservatives and shit that we say no to in our food, will speak real bad about the preservatives and additives we have in our food in the West and shit. In Japan, they have a lot of preservatives and additives that they add in their food that they won't even allow in the Western countries. That shit, they say it's illegal to put in food
Mm-hmm.
because it's so hard. It is so illegal. It makes you wonder if white people won't even put it in the food that they give us, but the Asians will put it in their everyday food. That shit makes you wonder about certain shit, and then you wonder why they're so sickly. Like wonder why they're so sickly, and why in the wintertime you walk out the house. Never, not saying you can't get sick going out the house without a jacket, but it's just like damn though.
Yeah.
If I sleep in front of an air conditioning in the heat and it's hot as hell outside, and I sleep in front of the air conditioning, I can wake up with the damn flu. The fuck? What kind of immune system is that?
Mm-hmm. Wonderful.
Not the bash Asians. I don't need motherfucker. I don't need you to get mad at me talking about. Hey, there's a law passed for that now. There's a law for that. You can't say shit about Asians. There's some kind of sensitivity law been passed.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't make me quote the law, the name of the law, or whatever. But there was something passed where you can't say shit about Asians anymore
Nowadays,
because of that whole Corona shit. Where they go around beating Asians up and shit.
well, nowadays apparently you have to know all the laws.
Yeah, man. I know all law. No ignorance of law is no excuse.
That's what they tell me. Yeah, never mind the fact that they making a new law every couple of years or whatever have you.
For real though.
You know, so yeah, but that's just how it is though in every culture, like, so you can even put that back into Rasta, where every couple of years, things are going to change and different things are going to come into play, and you know
Yeah.
it has to come into play according to where you are geographically, you know so to be one organization again is not to be organized, because the needs in the Caribbean is not going to be the needs in America, and the needs in America is not going to be the same as the needs in Africa, and to the same goes for wherever else, England or wherever else these people are. It has to be in
Yeah.
accordance to where you are, the need, and and even the way the culture is developed will be different, based on geographics. It's just how it is. So, them differences are always going to be there. Shoot, it's always going to be
That's why I'm glad. That's why I'm glad I made this channel to give the American rock. I know that we do shit a little differently.
there. Yeah,
Think
I give
different,
thanks. I give thanks for OG Pharaoh,
for
or
real.
OG Pharaoh. Really, like, yeah, he showed me a different perspective on certain things, especially when it came to uh uh being FBA, as they call it, foundational Black American, or and a lot of the history that I didn't know with foundational Black American and
For
Rasta,
real, man. We got a lot to be proud of over here.
but yeah, but we're not, you're not, when you grew up in when you grow up in Rasta, you're not allowed to be proud of that,
For real.
and that, so, and it's like, okay, if Rastas uniformly agree that I can't be proud of being an American, that means that Rasta was completely hijacked by the Caribbean, and you got a
Knowing
lot of
damn well
explaining
when
to
they
do.
started off as a Black Power movement.
But they'll say that they never clarified the divinity of His Majesty, and that's what separates. They'll say that Leonard Howell will be the first one to declare divinity. I don't know if the Ethiopians of Harlem was on some divinity.
I don't. Nah, that was I remember when Yachtin did a video. I can't quote the video word for word and whatnot, but he was talking about these early people who would set the foundation for Hebrew Israelites, for what we know now the Hebrew Israelite movement. They were part of the that Ethiopianism movement,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and they all looked to Selassie to in some form of biblical narrative.
Mm-hmm.
So this wasn't just unique to Leonard Howell, and even then, ones can still make like I do. I make the argument that Leonard Howell didn't mean to begin trying to worship Selassie.
Say it again. He what?
Selassie did. I mean, Leonard Howell didn't mean for it to be a religion where we are worshiping Selassie.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah, I can make that argument. Ones can make that argument, but the only reason people can ever argue that against him is the fact that he does use a lot of the politics. He does use a few biblical quotes and references, but it's like, but these are the same people who will make that argument are the same people who don't identify metaphors. You know what I mean? Like they
Mhm.
don't realize, just like they don't they don't just, like I said, they just don't acknowledge the fact that these things are metaphors. He was using the Bible as a metaphor. He used the Bible as a metaphor, as in redeemer. When he says Selassie is our redeemer, as in a sense of this is an image of a black king, that this is an image of a black person that we've never seen before. This is the 1930s.
Yeah,
It's like people aren't wrapping their heads around the fact that this is the 1930s.
It was to redeem self-esteem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was the 1930s. Black people ain't never seen any black person in any, like, not in the West. There was no black person in any high regard or any stature in the 1930s in the West that was elevated higher, in their eyes, higher than the Queen of England, because they saw that the England, they saw them bow to him. I don't care what anybody says. Some people may argue that that's not that in that picture that wasn't the Queen of England, that wasn't the Queen who bowed or whatever. Who cared? It was a representative.
What it is, though,
not,
it is with that though, that's also fantasy, because they want to say, look, he was higher because she bowed to him, right? But she bowed to the throne because she bowed to the throne because when he visited her, he bowed to her throne too. That was just respect of again, political respect
of where she was. And even then, and even if that wasn't the case, a representative of her went there and bowed. So even if that wasn't the case, who is going to sell a representative of themselves to bow to a lesser nation?
What I'm saying is that when dignitaries like that travel, they always bow to whoever they're going to visit.
Right.
Haile Selassie bowed when he visited their throne.
Right. Haile Selassie bowed when he went to Japan.
You feel me? That's what I'm saying. Like he was bowed to in his home, and he bowed when he went to their home. You see, but Rastas act like they all just came and bowed to him because he's God Almighty. Fantasy shit. It's fantasy vibes, yo. They want to take the reality and turn it into a fantasy, acting like it didn't go both ways.
That's why ones and ones can make these half-baked notions about Rastafari.
Yeah, because we tell half-baked stories, and when they read the whole thing, they're like, "What? Rasta fronting, Rasta capping, Rasta come over like they capping."
But these things will be set straight, at least for us American Rastas. I can't speak for the Rastas today. I can't speak for the Rastas in Canada. It turns out there's an ass in them in Canada.
Now, let me ask you a question though. I'm sorry, I have to know what counts for American Rasta. I have to know this.
These are the ones who were born here.
That's all it takes.
When I say, let me take that back. When I mean, like, ones who, when I don't want to exclude, like, ones who were born here but have Jamaican background. I'm not excluding them.
I have
to. But when I say American Rastas, I mean ones who found Rastafari without any Caribbean influence. Like, there's no Jamaican relative. There's no Rastafari relative. There's no.
I'm telling you, a lot of the ones you think of American are not. They were the first ones born here. Both their parents come from Jamaica. A lot of ones, and that's why OG Pharaoh speaks about foundational blacks, because a lot of these first generationers, they don't really identify with us either on a lot of things, and they be speaking against certain things, because
I don't want to exclude them because they still do as we do. Despite what their parents may do, they still do what they still do.
You got some, because you got some that hit me up and they let me know that they don't rock with their parents, and like they born in Brooklyn and that's all they know, and they're not looking back to their own lands. Yeah, you got some like that too. So, but I'm sometimes wondering, like, what do you when you say American Ross word? Because a lot of them you say no link to Jamaica, but that's not the case.
But that was my prime
for their whole childhood.
Yeah, but that was my primary thing, because at one point they still had something to, like, fall back on, because they still have their Jamaican roots to fall back on. What I mean by American rock, at first when I put this on, when I meant by American Rock, I meant ones who were born here without any influence. But then when I speak to it with my God body homeboy, Mel Santana, who who's been co-hosting on my gaming channel.
Mhm.
You might want to go support that. I don't know if you're in the game. I don't know if you're in the gaming or whatnot, but I basically just play this game called Monster Hunter where I just be blowing off steam and shit. I gotta escape from reality a little bit. Escapism isn't a bad thing. It's just when you devote yourself completely to it, it's when you think you can completely immerse yourself into it and get away from reality
Right.
is a problem. It's an illusion. You can't escape reality. That's an illusion. But anyway, when I talked to him about it, because he comes from a very mixed background. His
Mhm.
mother's West Indian from Jamaica. His father's side is Dominican, and he was born in Brooklyn.
Mhm.
So basically, everything is a melting pot with him from Rastafari to he done went through all over the spectrum, and now he's a god body. 5% of all day like his father. He's a god body all day. Mel Santana, big up yourself, man. Jamel. Um, when I was breaking it down, when I was talking to him about like the main reason why I was building my channel up, he's basically I call him my elder. He's not that much older than me, but I call him my elder. Like I call like because he's when I met him, he basically schooled me a lot on stuff.
Mhm.
Right. So I give him that title of teacher, of elder.
Mhm.
So when I was telling him about like the reason why I created the platform, so he was like he basically asked that exact same question. He was like, well, you have ones who may have Caribbean parents, but when they come here, they do like you do. They're not they're not on this Jamaican love. They're not on this Jamaican love boat thing. They're not on they don't do as Jamaican rosters do. They don't have their women cover their heads up and all this stuff and all this stuff. They're basically you couldn't if hell they don't even have accents.
Yeah.
Even living amongst their parents for so long, they talk like me and you. I mean,
Yeah.
out the bat, like you said, off the bat, you wouldn't be able to tell that they're not that they weren't they had West Indian parents
Yeah.
because all they know is Brooklyn.
Yeah. Mine
Yeah,
like Biggie. Yeah.
yeah.
you know.
And matter of fact, it's what kind of made me cool off on the white rosters a little bit because he grew up around several white rosters who the only reason they became rosters because their homeboys were West Indians and
Mhm.
being around their homeboys so much doing everything just like their best friends. They go over there. They go to their house. They stay night. They spend the night at their houses. They eat supper. They get to know their parents and all that stuff to the point that they get brought into Rastafari.
Mhm.
And his homeboy, I forgot his name. Hopefully, I can have. Hopefully, we're trying to set up so we'll have him on the show sooner or later. That we're trying to Mel's trying to set up so we can link up so he can be on the show.
Mhm.
And he all he know is Rastafari, and hell he's a better example than I am. So that kind of made me kind of take a step back and kind of in a better sense check my black privilege a little bit because like, damn, like okay, because at first I was like come on, you gotta explain to me as a white man, what do you see joining a black power movement? But then after he broke that down to me, it's like, damn, how am I to question him when he was brought into this? Just being affiliated with the
Are,
family
are they
to the
really?
point that they beauty adopted homie. They beauty adopted homie, and then he's Rasta. He's Rasta, and that's just how he lives now.
I mean, are they really joining a Black Power movement? Even though, remember in the '60s You had white boys that wanted to join the Black Panthers. You did. And Huey was like, nah, remember he's like, start your own group. Like, but he's like, we can work together, but this is
Yeah,
for
we
black.
work together, whatnot, but y'all can't be Panthers.
So like they want to be Black Panthers. So go figure. I mean, it happens. Yeah, it happens for different reasons or whatever. You know. But like I said one time, I'm like, yeah, because a lot of times, yeah, I said the same thing too. Like we judging the white rosters the same way a lot of times, we're being judged as not being Caribbean. It's almost the same
Right.
funny look, almost like, why are you doing their thing?
Right. So I kind of had to take a step back, and what I really want to do is just have one on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And just have one on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And just let him speak it, and just let him speak his truth, and let him speak his journey. And let him speak his journey and whatnot. I'm no I maybe because I'm older now, I can see things better. Because if this was me at 19, I'd be like, you don't get your white ass. You don't take that shit off, motherfucker. What the fuck is your problem? The fuck
My
is
whole
you
thing,
doing
my
with them
whole thing,
dreadlocks on your head?
my
But
whole
then I would have been wrong.
I never had a problem with white people having dreadlocks. Never.
No, it's not the dreadlocks. It's the Rastafari thing.
Yeah, my thing is
When
that
I literally, if it was me at 19, you couldn't. At 19, you probably couldn't have brought a white Rasta near me
okay,
because I was too militant and hard headed.
yeah, because you ask yourself. I mean, there's reasons for that. You have the right to be. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong in either approach. We're validated. We're
Yeah,
validated.
just better ways to do shit.
Like either approach is validated for our circumstances. Real talk. You know, but it's like what I was going to say. Okay, yeah. A lot of times though, they could be questioned for like a psychological reasons because just how we'll even tell Christians like we'll tell you'll have like black within black consciousness. It's like whether even if you're a black Christian, your Christ should be in your image. Like our founders, Dr. John Henry Clark and Dr. Ben and everybody, they told us that your deity, Ashwa Kwesi, and all these brothers taught us that our deity should be in our own image. That every healthy race has their deity in their own image. So you look at a white person who's Rasta funny because how is your deity not in your own image? Like what? Why are you bowing down to a black god? But you can just say, well, because they read the Bible thoroughly. Because if they come through Rasta through the Bible, then thoroughly it describes a black man time and time again in Isaiah and Daniel and Revelations and here, there, and there, and everywhere. Song of Songs and all these different scriptures that we refer to our blackness. So they was reading the book, and they can't deny the fact that the holy book says God is black. So can't knock them on that level. That's why I look at it. Like if they're coming through Bible, they're going to have a black God.
Right. But there's some who don't. But there's some who don't come through Bible. They come through the lifestyle. So I be trying and through the revolution and through a revolutionary and I've seen and I'm not gonna lie, I've seen a couple of them on the video where they do come a little, they come hard and they do like they come hard in the paint. What Muta be saying, like they be showing up at reggae concerts thinking they more roster than you or whatnot.
But how they come hard in the paint? Because they have on more colors. Like what makes them hard? Remember, like Priest Isaac said, unless you come in with like John Brown, you ain't really saying nothing to me.
Right.
That's his motto. He's like,
that's what made me ask the question. If not, so that's what made me ask the question. If not from a biblical standpoint, what other reason do you have to claim this?
Just like they're coming because it's like when they come into Rasta, if they really came into a Black Power movement with to push Black Power, they would advocate for blackness amongst their people. No, they don't. They come and hang with our people all day long, and they emerge into blackness. They get a black wife, and they try to live this black life. They're not advocating to change our circumstances amongst their relatives. If they was really on a military vibe, then they'll be on the forefronts against their own people, breaking down barriers. We can't break down barriers. The white Rastas got to break down barriers if that's the case. But they don't. They get outcasted, and we accept them, and that's just life. So I mean,
that is true. We will. That is true. But when white people do get outcast for fucking with us, we will take them in. That is something we will do.
And once they're outcasted, they don't go back advocating. They don't go back fighting for no rights. They don't go back in and shake up the fence.
Yeah, no, they say fuck. They say fuck them, and they just with us now. And then next minute, and then that's just that white relative at the picnic, and that's just that white relative we have at the picnic.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so that doesn't.
Oh shit! I just actually put two and two together. Why they all? That's always been a question I ask. Why there always that one white relative at a black family reunion?
Mm-hmm.
Literally just be why? Because you never see them go back, or you never see them bring like one of their cousins to the family reunion or something. Because it's just like,
exactly.
Fuck with they people no more.
So bringing them in don't bridge no gaps, and it don't build no bridges. It doesn't do, you know what I'm saying? And they're not advocating for change to open up opportunities for us. You know, where we have one side of blackness fighting while they're just there, you know, sipping ital and living comfortably amongst the blackness. So the reason why people always have a problem with that is because they don't have you're coming into a struggle and you're not struggling.
Right.
You know, you're actually being revered more times within a struggling community. And like Umar says, a lot of times they start being looked at as the leader, and they start being looked to as the go-to, and looked at for the ones to come with the ideas. And a lot of times they never join nothing to be a member. They join something with the goal of taking over, and they know they do have all the ideas, and they know they are the head of something.
Yeah. Question: who's that white Ross? I've always wondered because whenever I looked him up, I never could see any more information, but I can't remember his name right now. You ever see that video of that white Ross in Congress? He was in some kind of political thing, and he was in some form of politics in New Zealand, I think.
New Zealand or Austria, yeah. I think it's New Zealand.
Yeah. Okay. Now, who is he?
He's a New Zealand politician who's a Rasta.
Okay. That man, because he just Cause I remember what drew me to it was just out the blue. It was just one of those random videos I saw. I just happened to grow up seeing.
Yeah.
When I was like, whenever I used to go to when I was young, and I'd go to the library and I'd look up videos on Rastafari and stuff, and you haven't seen that one random white Rasta and shit.
Yeah, he was.
And he said he left because he was sick of the corruption and shit. Well, but damn though, I'm pretty sure you knew about the corruption when you first got into politics.
I don't know. Maybe he was a politician before he was a Rasta. Who knows what came first?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he was in New Zealand advocating for New Zealand stuff. Word. But, you know, a lot of times, you know, that's not, I mean, it's not a bad thing, you know, that's what has to be done too. Like a lot of times, you know, Rasta being so, it's like you want change in your community, but you say you're anti-politics, but the change is going to come through political movements. I mean, like you keep letting the word politics be a bad word, and it's like burn out politicians. Yeah, the ones who are there, and replace them with people that you advocate or trust in yourself. But to burn them out and not make no real change is just fantasy. It's just fantasy dreaming.
Shit, and honestly, what's a bad politician to one person is a good politician to another. And the ones who call him a good politician are the ones who needs keep fulfilling.
Well,
So
listen,
if we want we want a politician to work for us, we gotta pay this nigga way.
that's all.
Cause those are the people he gonna serve first.
That's all it comes down to, you know. But
But
we
no,
want
but like you said, nobody want to do the work.
we
Nobody
want
want to make sacrifice. Nobody want to make sacrifice of that money. Nobody wants to put up no money.
no, we won't trade if all black people just turned off cable and donated that cable money to to
No, 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 no,
a
no, 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 no.
candidate, we will see a difference. But no, we ain't doing that.
I do you one better. Get cancel that subscription. Cancel that subscription.
You know,
PlayStation to the PlayStation. I'm even calling myself out. PlayStation Plus, um, Netflix, all them shits, man. Cancel them shit.
yeah,
Look
exactly.
at what black people want to cancel Netflix.
Exactly. Yeah, let your Netflix money fund the revolution. You know, it could. But until we start funding something, it's just fantasy talk and frustration.
Yeah. And with that, that's a good place. That's a good way we gonna end that shit. That's how we gonna end it, just like that, because that's basically the underlying tone to why these elders can say what we say, because we're not putting what we say into action. At least in some of their groups, their ideas may not be on a large scale, but at least they're at least doing something. Damn. Damn. How many times have these committed people made their way to Kim, made their way to Kemet to teach people about Kemet, then bring them back to America. They can have something back.
Mm.
They're not leading expeditions to go live in Kemet. They're leading expeditions to go and learn about Kemet, then so they can bring something back, so they can have knowledge in their head they can bring back to their people. Why aren't we doing that with Ethiopia?
Man, listen.
Why
And
aren't we doing that with Ethiopia? Hey, South Africa is the largest population of Rastafarians in the world. Why aren't we trying to do something to help out the South Africans?
yeah, we'll work together with them.
For real. And even though they have several different camps, they still all come together. The reason to talk about what's going to help them as South Africans.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yet the Rostas and Jamaicans can't even do that most of the time. And heck, I don't even know about organizations over here in America. If it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't have even known there was any real organization, any other organizations other than Line of Judah Society, which is basically Ethiopian World Federation.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a Bobo camp in Florida. I didn't know I didn't know about Pharaoh in Chicago, and that was only because of you. And that's only because of YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
At least I think. Who did some? Did one of y'all introduce me to Pharaoh? I'm not really sure.
Mm-hmm.
This channel, this a lot of shit happened on this channel. I am so grateful to y'all.
Word, yo. But yeah, yo, for real, like one's gotta take a truck out to Chicago, you know what I'm saying? And sit with OG Pharaoh in the park. You know what I
For
mean?
real. I want to
Like
smoke a blunt with Pharaoh. I actually want to smoke with Pharaoh. I don't know if Pharaoh's still smoking or not.
Pharaoh,
I
yo,
never seen him smoke
a
on
long
video.
for a long time I ain't see Pharaoh smoking. I thought he quit, but they give thanks the other day he was walking through Chicago and he was blowing one. Word, so he still smoked.
Yeah, I want to smoke a blunt with Pharaoh.
Last video he had walking through Chicago, I think he said, I think it's like it's called like on the street or something, but he was walking blowing one. I was like, okay, because I don't because he don't be blowing it down like he used to in the studio. But yeah,
Job.
OG still blowing down.
Shit. I love to smoke a blunt with him. Shit, I want to smoke a blunt with you. Even though we smoke one every time we smoke one every time we on the platform.
I ain't gonna smoke a blunt with you, brother, but
I know you ain't gonna smoke. I know you ain't gonna smoke one. But yo, we'll burn the chalice. I know you ain't gonna smoke a blunt with me. We'll blow the chalice. We'll blow the chalice.
I ain't
Right.
smoke a blunt in woo, good lord. Man. But yeah, man, that's the
Yeah.
vibe on that one. So yeah, yeah, one's gotta have like I said, one's gotta have a gathering like next year in North Carolina. Like you gotta start putting that together. Where, matter of fact, hold on, don't y'all have something down there every year? I've never been Ralock or something. The Raleigh
Man,
Festival.
we just it's heck in South Carolina. I think it was I think it was last year or this year or last year they had the Sankofa Festival down here.
You never heard of the Raleigh Festival, yo? They don't have it no more.
N-
I know Vaughn used to be at that joint a couple years
Not
ago.
off the back, but if it's North Carolina, I probably wouldn't have heard about it.
And I'm about to say
Mostly what we have right here in South Carolina be like the Spring Festival that's in Dillon, and
yeah,
like every district has like a festival or whatnot.
it's probably in North Carolina then.
And then there's the Pecan Festival. That's always big down here. Which is
So
weird. South Carolina, which is weird. You want to know something? You know what our state fruit is?
no, what is it?
Peaches.
Really?
Yeah, and Georgia's right beside us.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
Really. But you wouldn't think that. I mean, but we have the we don't have a peach festival. We have a pecan festival. You would think the pecan be our national, thing. Well, I mean, be our state thing. But it's
Mm-hmm.
peaches.
I didn't know that.
That was odd to me. I've lived here for so long, and I always thought it was like pecans or something. No, it's peaches.
Hmm.
Odd. I don't know why. Maybe I don't know. Maybe that was a middle finger to Georgia or something. I don't know.
Well, I know Georgia's the peach state, but is there state fruit peaches?
I think so.
Okay. Because that'd be funny if it's the peach state, but their state fruit ain't peaches. Because I really don't know.
That would be kind of fucked up.
But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know who has more roster, if it's North Carolina or South Carolina or Georgia.
No, South Carolina. Most likely it's North Carolina.
I think so too. I think it's North.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
the
I think
I think the meeting needs to take place in North Carolina.
if they in South Carolina, they so small. Heck. I thought at one time I thought I was the only one. I think I still am the only one. I think everybody else just be passing through, or just happen to just be here at the time or whatnot. I would say Santana. I would say Mel Santana was one, but he's God body now,
Mm.
and he left because of the biblical narrative.
Yeah,
He can explain it better than I can.
that happens a
It was
lot.
more than actually it was more than that. It was more than that made him leave. But yeah, he probably explained it better. He'll be on Wednesday too. A lot of people wanna address the Sonetta video. A lot of people want to address
Okay then. Okay then.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why Wednesday is gonna be a big show.
that's what's up.
But we're gonna wrap it up here, y'all. I like to thank everybody who was tuning in, listening to me talk right quick. Big brother Congo, like always, man, it's a pleasure to always have you on, man.
Joy, man.
I want to have you on the show more because seriously, it's always good to reason with you, man.
Yeah, respect, man, as well, man. It's a joy, man.
All right, y'all, everybody.
Peace
Peace.
and love. Peace and love, man. Give thanks for life.
Yahuru. Selassie.
Aye. Let's see now. I always